Hi, my name is Benjamin Trinh. I am the CEO and founder of Life Ready Physio Pilates. Our company provides the kind of back-end support and marketing for physiotherapy and Pilates practices. So it was a small business when we started. We bought a small kind of struggling clinic for $10,000 that I'd saved, and we had 3 staff, and my operations chief joined a couple of months later. But the business absolutely took off. We had loads of support from the local community and people got behind it. By the end of that year, we had 3 practices and it kind of doubled in size for the 3 years preceding that point. And now, 6.5 years later, it's about close to 200 staff in about 19 to 20 locations. Our intention was just to grow as fast as we could without compromising our culture, our values, and our integrity. That was probably one thing that the founding group really got together and defined and spent a lot of time on. It's purely because of the people. You know, we were really lucky. If I have any strengths, I would say it's the ability to identify great people who share my values and delegate a lot of trust to them and see them do great things. The advice that I would give to other small business owners who might be considering expanding is probably 2 things. I would say just clarity, know exactly what you want. Something I learned kind of midway through the game was success is actually a subjective thing. It's really about what you want and how the business fits into your personal goals and aspirations and your family goals and aspirations. Because the reality is if you are going to expand, it's going to cost you something. And I think I would advise anyone who's thinking of going on a growth path, be realistic about the fact it's going to cost you something. Be clear about what you want and what growing means to you, and spend the time to get that clarity before you go out there and take those risks. The first and most obvious one is we have an EAP system, which is effectively that we provide a connection for our staff to use a psychologist, should they be struggling with depression or any other mental health issues. It's completely anonymous, the company pays for that and we get invoiced and we cover that for our team. On top of that, we do extensive training with our managers around having regular one-on-one meetings, but not just meetings for the sake of meetings, but quite intentional meetings with open conversations and open questions really geared around goal setting, how someone's really doing in their place of work. Is our company providing what they need and aligning with their personal goals and direction, and really actually executing on what we find from those conversations. And lastly, we have loads of social events as a company, not just on the macro level, but on the micro level at each subsidiary as well. At our social events, we don't just invite the person, we invite and pay for their better half and their family as well, because we understand that in order for you to cope in your place of work or whatever you're doing, you really need your family unit behind you and your better half supporting you in what you do. So we really take that effort and energy to really get to know the people beyond the 9 to 5. Purely in staff retention and culture, it's had a massive impact, and that has a direct impact on productivity, your brand, your scale, your ability to implement change management, try new things. I mean, it's hard to measure all those things, but they're definitely there. My 3 top tips for small business owners who'd like to expand their business. The first one would definitely be around your values, spending the time to define who you are and what the culture of your business looks like, and how that fits into the culture and vision you have for your own family and your own personal life as well, and what it means to you. The second thing I'd say is mistakes. Really reframe your worldview so that you view mistakes as a learning opportunity. I think that was something I had to learn along the way, that mistakes really were a good indicator that our company was innovating and that every mistake brought lessons, and to really leverage those lessons and leverage those mistakes because you will make them along the way. And the third one is people. I say to our guys in our company, the most important decision you make in your small business is the second person you hire, and the third person, and every person you hire. Don't go stingy on your HR. Really spend the time investing in your people, get to know them, get to know your team, and really treat them as a collaborative family, not so much people who just work for you, but more like people who work with you.